Odafe, what was the focus for you this offseason as you've gotten yourself ready this year?
I'll probably say gaining weight. And on top of that, staying explosive with the weight, adding more moves. And just getting my mind right for the type of year I want to have.
How much weight have you gained? What was the process of adding that?
So I was like 245 last year. I'm like 265 now, so around 20, 15. Yeah.
What do you think that's going to do for you, Doc?
The run, and then obviously the top of my rush, not being able to, push off the point, picking up the rib. So, yeah. And then obviously power as well. Yeah.
Will it change your style as a pass rusher at all, do you think?
I wouldn't say change, maybe sharpen it. Obviously I'm like kind of a power savvy too with my rush, so I can build off that more. And then like I said, I try to dip, bring the rip up, I'll be more solid, stout in that.
When did you kind of make the decision to say, hey, I want to get a little bit bigger?
After we lost, to be honest, we didn't have the outing, because I didn't have the outing I wanted. So I thought like a lot of that, had to do with my weight and being able to be stout in certain positions. So as soon as the season was done, I went to Miami, started eating, lifting, and then gaining weight.
What was the favorite meal to gain that weight?
It actually wasn't good food. It was a lot of nasty, meal prep, dried chicken, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, but it did the job.
Odafe, obviously, Adisa coming in last year had the hamstring to deal with. What are you expecting from him in year two?
Yeah, he's ready to go. His get off is crazy, hands strong. It's a shame that he had the hamstring issues last year because he was already ready to go then. I'm looking forward to seeing a big season for him.
What do you see from Mike, that just got here and put up?
Yeah, he's the truth. He's pretty seasoned, quick, twitchy. He picks up things fast. He's learning a lot of positions right now, and he's still playing fast as well. So, yeah, he's gonna have a good season as well.
I know you're always looking to be as ready as you can be, but is your contract situation, how does that impact your outlook on the season?
Obviously, I'm just trying to be the best player for the team. I would be crazy to say that's not something looming in the back of my mind, but every year I try to get better, try to be better than I was last year. So to be honest, that's really what I'm focused on. I know if I do that, it's going to take care of itself.
You're talking about how motivated you were by the loss at the end of last season. There's a lot of guys here today who they don't have to be here. They're veterans. They probably don't expect. But what does it tell you about the mindset of this team that there's so many people here?
Yeah, we're tired of finishing spots where we shouldn't have finished. We're just trying to capitalize. And you can tell by guys like Lamar, D-Hop, Behan, Bate, Rowe, KM, Beeks, guys that don't, like you said, don't have to be here, but we're here, we're putting in the work, building the foundations, and it's a testament to what the goal is in the future. I feel like we got the team. We had the team the past few years, to be honest. It's just I feel like experience and the attitude now is going to get us over the hump.
Odafe, I know it's just OTAs, but how do you feel like the added weight is working out for you out here? Do you feel just as explosive as you did, and do you feel stronger?
I mean, it's OTA, so I haven't really got to test it yet, but I've had some situations where I tried to push somebody, but they kind of flying off. No, it's helping. It's helping, and I think it's going to be good for me this year.
Is this the biggest you've ever been at any point?
Yeah, in my life.
Did people tell you previously, like, hey, I think you could ultimately someday add muscle with how athletic you are, that you can carry that?
Yeah, they told me that. I was always trying to keep my speed, but my speed hasn't diminished, so that was always something that was looming in my mind. But I guess it's a way you train to keep the muscle, and then obviously when you're building muscles, be able to make sure you can be mobile with it. Yeah, I'm good, straight.
Did you do you have like a number in mind that you wanted to get to, sort of like a range goal, or whatever you were like, okay, I need to add 15 to 20 or whatever the numbers were?
It's more than last year. I feel like they took away like 3 sacks away from me on account of the other ones that I missed. It's more than 11. Just trying to be more than that. I got a number in my head though, but I keep that to myself.
Are you there?
Last season,
You got that number?
Yeah, no, I have it. I'm just not gonna tell you that.
Last season, I know you're still felt an element of trying to prove yourself. Had your 10-sack season. Do you feel like you're stepping into a new role, maybe from a leadership perspective, as your room keeps getting younger and you're becoming more of a vet?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like each year I'm having to also get better, but also there's new guys coming in my room. But then we always add a little a vet and stuff like that. But I've been able to learn from KV, other guys I've had in the past. So this year is a really young room, so it's kind of like forcing me to be in that position. But at the same time, I know there's like aspects of my game that I got to get better, so I can be a leader for them too. So it's kind of a weird dynamic I'm in right now, but taking it in stride.